Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Neymar and company have been knocked out of the Champions League round of 16. Welcome to Rokani Media Football as Bayern Munich scored 2 through Choupo-Moting and obviously Serge Gnabry, leaving it late and really doubling the lead in the is it 89th minute? Yeah, when they hit them on the break for the fourth or fifth time in the second half, because it came out that this game has been a game of two halves. In the first half, it was PSG that had most of the chances. If at all you really watched that beautiful game of football very well at Allianz Arena, and it was hard to make someone believe that it's Bayern Munich who are really the hosts, because PSG came in through, dominated everything. But as you know, when it's not your time to win, it's not your time to win. Injuries came in through. First and foremost, Marquinhos, who complemented that back three of Sergio Ramos and I think it was Sergio Ramos, Di Pereira and Marquinhos. Then Marquinhos really found himself injured. So after him getting injured, I think that solidity at the back, because Marquinhos is a very experienced defender that you wouldn't really like to lose. He got a hamstring injury and was substituted. They brought in Michele, and when Michele played like some 15-20 minutes at the beginning of the second half, they took him off and brought in another player. So I think that was really one of the things that really led to Bayern Munich having an advantage in this game, because Marquinhos is an experienced defender that combined well with Sergio Ramos, and obviously their experience kept them in the game for a very, very long time. But that mistake that Verratti does in the 60th minute, when he was pressed well by Thomas Muller passed the ball to find Goretzka, and Goretzka really found or did a square to find the unmarked Choupo-Moting, and Choupo-Moting hit the ball in the back of the net. That cemented the loss of the loss of PSG, because they looked helpless, and I never saw them really coming in through to go to the next round, because everything that they did in the first half just looked like they had washed and really lined their clothes into the dirt. They had chances in the first half, close to 3-4 chances, and they failed to execute them. One will say they lacked Neymar. Yeah, they lacked Neymar, but having Kylian Mbappe, Messi, Verratti, Nuno Mendes, this right back, the Moroccan right back, Hakimi, Ashraf, you just have an edge to go ahead and really kill off this game. And you know the experience that Sergio Ramos has, Messi and Kylian Mbappe in the Champions League, it just puts them at a level of knowing what to do in the first half. And when you get such chances, composure is needed, and they never got composed. Then they lost the beautiful game. And you know, it is something that you'll always demand PSG. And it looks like last season they went there, I think they're in the same group with PSG. PSG was in the same group with Bayern Munich, and they scored 2 goals at Allianz Arena. But when it mattered most today, they never raised up to the occasion. And it boils out to have given us stats as follows: 12 shots by Bayern Munich, 10 by PSG, 5 shots on target by Bayern Munich, 4 shots on target by PSG, 45% ball possession by Bayern Munich. That shows you how Bayern was pragmatic. They decided to leave the ball for PSG, and they hit them on the break. And the first goal they scored was about the press. The other one they scored was about hitting them on the break, and they had very many. There is one that Choupo-Moting scored at first, and it was really ruled out because of offside, and it was Thomas Muller who really tried to really poke his boot into that ball, but he was nowhere near in touch of that ball. But his intention to really poke his front boot to that ball, yet he was offside, got that goal ruled out. Then Choupo-Moting got another one that was really clear after Verratti made a very huge mistake at the edge of the 18 box area when he got himself pressed. So PSG had 55% ball possession, 523 passes completed by Bayern Munich. PSG completed 639, 86% passing accuracy by Bayern Munich, and 87% passing accuracy by PSG. It shows you that they never had the lion share of the possession, but they just found themselves in positions of really being clinical and very much accurate as far as passing was concerned in that game. Bayern Munich had 9 fouls and PSG had 6. 0 yellow cards to Bayern Munich and 1 to PSG. 0 red cards both sides. 3 offsides to Bayern Munich, and that was courtesy of them trying to hit PSG on the break. 4 corners to Bayern and 6 to PSG. And where does this leave PSG to this beautiful game of football? Obviously, it has been written all over that you need something special to win the Champions League. However much you buy in the best players in the world, trust me, Messi is the best player in the world. They're having Kylian Mbappe, Hakimi, one of the best right backs, Mendes, one of the best left backs in the world in his age. Sergio Ramos, he's still having that age as one of the best defenders in the world. Verratti, talk about the top 5 CDMs in the world. Verratti is in there for you. So it shows you that they're having good players, but they have failed to make a team. And how are they going to make a team? They should go in for players that are really fitting or suiting the style of play of the manager. They want to act like Real Madrid, but they can't act like Real Madrid because they are not a team that is going to attract players into that ilk. Real Madrid is like that because they can get in any player they want. They can get in any player they want. And I think it's today that you know that Messi is not going to be at this club anymore. I don't see him really extending his contract. I think it's going to run down, and he might go back to La Liga or come to the Premier League. Why? He needs to prove people wrong that he can win big trophies in other leagues, not at Barcelona. He was being attacked by very many people. Remember that comparison of who is the God in between him and Ronaldo, that he's really one of those players that has not gone ahead to really triumph at the national team and at other clubs apart from Barcelona. But thankfully, God gave him a World Cup, and that conversation really came to an end. So Barcelona president Joan Laporte told us, I think on Tuesday, that has been in good talks with the father of Lionel Messi, who happens to be his agent, on a possible return of Lionel Messi at Barcelona. So as it stands, it looks like this marks the end of Messi and PSG. Kylian Mbappe, is he going to stay? I don't see him stay. He's losing out on chances of really winning the Ballon d'Or. I think next season in the Champions League, it's really going to be so much based on to the winners of the Euros, you get, and the winner of the Champions League. When you look at Manchester United, they are really getting back. Arsenal is going to be in, they're really going to be good. Look at Liverpool, they are back. Man City. So they might find it hard. Mbappe might find it hard to compete for the Ballon d'Or if at all he doesn't win the Champions League. And PSG, to me, is nowhere near winning the Champions League. After changing their transfer strategy, don't expect them to go all out and bring in world-class players, because last season or last summer, they never signed a world-class player. They brought in Hugo Ekitike, Renato Sanchez, Vitinha, Fabio Ruiz. Who else did they bring in? Is it Nuno Mendes? Ekitike. So they've changed their system and philosophy. I think they've now got to know that we are competing at a very low level, especially considering the teams they're competing with in the French League One, meaning that they need to build a team of young players, and obviously they need. And I think that's why the Qataris are so much interested in getting over Manchester United. Why? They've invested a lot in PSG and they failed to win the Champions League. And I think that's why they are all over the Glazers and they want to take over Manchester United, because they know that if at all they inject this money at Manchester United, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world and it has really taken them to the next level if at all they really happen to really sign or take over United. And let's talk about Bayern Munich. I was not convinced with Bayern Munich today. That's it. At Allianz Arena, you have to be in command. But one will tell you, this is how tournaments are played. Sometimes you play pragmatic and win. You get? You can't have your cake and eat it every time and walk away with it. I saw Manchester United winning the final of the Carabao Cup, playing pragmatically and capitalizing on its chances. Bayern Munich came in through and capitalized on its chances, and I believe if at all they had gotten one goal in the first half, I think they would have gone ahead and really let the second half also to PSG, because the first half was for PSG, and obviously Bayern came in through and we tried to dominate in the second half. They distributed the ball very well, and I think they really had a very good bench. Good news for them, Sadio Mane came in through and really played some 15-20 minutes in the beautiful game that was played at Allianz Arena, and Serge Gnabry coming in through, Leroy Sen also coming in through. When you look at the bench of Bayern, it really had rich talent. You get Gravenberch in the mix and all those players that I've mentioned. Guys, they just had to go on and really win this beautiful game that happened at Allianz Arena. They are out and knocked out. The same applies to Spurs. Spurs have also been knocked out of the Champions League. They are no longer in after Sergio Romero got a second yellow card and he was really sent off the field of play. Spurs had to play some good minutes without him. So it was really ugly. It got ugly for the team of Spurs, so they're out and they're only left into what we call the Champions League. Remember, even in the midweek, I think last Wednesday last week, they are knocked out of the FA Cup by Sheffield Wednesday. So guys, thank you very much for checking through. Tell me your thoughts about Bayern knocking out PSG. Messi and Mbappe have been knocked out by Bayern Munich on an aggregate of 3-0. Then next week, it's Liverpool versus Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. Will Liverpool overturn that defeat of a 3-goal difference after annihilating United to a 7-0 win at Old Trafford? At Anfield. Then Man City is hosting RB Leipzig. Then Inter Milan is going to play away, and then Napoli is also hosting this German side. So thank you very much for watching. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. Not so, guys. I think I'll catch you later. We are coming back with some of the stories that Mikel Arteta capitalized on in the pre-match press conference of Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon, a game that's going to happen tomorrow in Lisbon, Portugal. Rokani David is my name. Bye-bye.